Man, did I miss that music. The boys back. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Morons in the Market. Man, it's been a while since I heard that intro. Haven't lost a touch, though. A nice, perfect fade out. This is the Morons in the Market week. I don't know. I think our last appearance was back in January. But we're back. We haven't given up. And since we've had a little bit of a resurgence, I know we'll pull up the standings later, but man, boys, the standings look to be moving a little. Before we chop it up into that, what's been going on in the lives of Sigs and Flea Check? Why don't we start down under? G Money, down under, I mean on the feed. Let's start in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. G Money, what you been up to, brother?
Oh, just living my best life possible and weeping, trying. I'm not doing the plug walk anymore, that's for sure.
You spent a couple weeks or a week out in AZ. Tell us
Yeah,
about the Arizona doctor life.
did some golfing and some more golfing and took down some Trulies, that's for sure.
Nice.
So
36 holes of golf a day is the life of a stockbroker, stock investor.
hell yeah.
Siglet down in Australia, taking charges and living the good life.
Yeah, it's going on. I was thinking of doing my own 2-week holiday after the last couple of weeks on the market. I'm slowly falling down the rankings, so any excuse to not be on would be welcome. But
Yeah,
it's a long slog. We'll be back.
Yeah, I was kind of looking at the standings, and things have really evened out to favor like the more experienced, the better investors over the last few weeks. Do you think that it's because of my beard that it's just giving me this like more seasoned veteran approach to the stock market? I got this sick ass, nice, beautiful beard going on now that gives me like that more maturity, just better investments over time. What do you guys think?
Oh, shut up, bro.
All right, let's look at the numbers. I'm whipping it over to our main screen here right now.
I haven't updated these for about 3 weeks since I lost the lead, just for the viewers at home.
It's showing not responding. All right, Wi-Fi is butt here in Pender tonight.
That's right, we don't need to see those standings right now.
Here we go. So, our 52-week challenge currently, we are all losing money. I am down a couple McChickens. Grant, you are down about 3 Uber rides. And Sigs, you are down 2 6-pack and a pounds if you add the extra cheese with it. So, you can see the standings right there on your screen. Let's get into it individually. Looks like the first tab is Grant. G Money, we are 9 picks in. And one real good investment, one not so good investment. So it looks like your strongest one right now is CMC, profiting $18.20 on your $50 investment. And then your plug walk. Actually, no, it looks like Blink is the one that's down the most. BLNK. What do you think about your stock picks so far? And tell us about the catastrophe that has been BLNK.
Biden's killing me. These deals he's coming out, nothing green's coming out of him. Yeah. He just wants, I don't know. I got to get on. He's too concerned about his dogs at the White House, I guess.
Yeah. He's more of a conservative Democrat, it seems like. He's not quite as far left as you may have thought. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, I think it's fair to say. I was hoping for, by the end of this month, to have, like, electric cars everywhere. But apparently that's not the case.
Yeah. Well, in that case, since we're on the topic of losing picks, why don't we swing over to Sigs? Sig's heavy hitter has been Love. Sigs is feeling the love. LUV has been performing well. As far as plus minus goes, that one's plus 15.59 on your $50 investment. So that's the highest as far as a swing either way. Lowest looks like you got a couple tough ones. Oh, it's the same stock, AGRX. You picked it both months. That one's killed you. You've lost $20 out of your 100. Two $50 investments. One has lost 11.64. One has been 10.37. Siglet, what's going on with AGRX?
Yeah, AGRX is burning through my pocket in real life as well. I've got 300 of those. They're having some trouble getting their sales off the ground, FDA approved, and I don't know, their management just needs to get sacked. I could probably run a better company than those clowns.
Sack the management at AGRX. You heard it here, morons in the market.
You won't see me buying them again this year. You can quote me on that.
Oh, all right. It's notated. It's only March. We're only a fourth of the way through the year, but no more AGRX for the SIGs.
Sig, you should use the medication they produce.
Yeah, they do make a birth control patch. Maybe I will have to
What's birth
do
control?
an order.
Is that a new technology?
It's just a new one. You only have to do it once a week instead of daily, so
Oh, nice.
I figure it's a bit easier for some people.
Yeah.
Obviously not.
Yeah. Well, hey, what goes down must come up. Before we take a look at the biggest winner over the last series, why don't we just get a bush. We'll crack this tea-banging while we take a look at looks like the beans picks. Again, still not profitable, so really nothing I should be bragging about. But man, my heavy hitter been DraftKings. That boy has just been a cash cow, been producing for me each week. Got on DraftKings early, my second ever pick, and has not disappointed. It's made me $13 on my $50 investment. That's a good percentage. Really, the two most profitable ones are Penn, which was my pick last week, has already made me $5 on my $50 investment. So sports gambling, I'm going to continue to invest in it. It's only going to become more legal over the course of the year, and I look for my fellow morons to follow suit. They're going to see me cashing out on DraftKings and Penn, and I think you're going to see them follow suit here in the next couple weeks with their pick, but that's just a bold prediction on my end. Worst pick looks like was definitely Nokia. Again, don't take stock advice from Dave Portnoy. He's not the guy.
Whoa!
Doesn't he endorse Penn? Isn't he where you're getting all your tips? He's your tip star.
He is Mr. Penn himself, actually. But no, Julian Catolo, he endorses Penn, so I'll be down to back Penn all day. That bad boy's going to be a cash cow going the rest of the year. I have a big feeling. But, yeah, so far DraftKings been the heavy hitter for me. And, again, taking a look at the overall numbers, it looks like if we were ending today, Grant would be the one heading over to Claire's at the Sioux Falls Mall to have that belly button pierced. Grant, what are you thinking about if today was January 1st and you were getting your belly button pierced? What are your thoughts?
Well, luckily, we did this for a full year, so
yeah.
I'm still predicting electric cars to be all over by the end of 2021. So I'm predicting a huge comeback season. Johnny Manziel all over.
Comeback season, hashtag it, Fleet Check. Got a little ground to make up, but again, what goes down's got to come up. We're very, very, very early, so at this point, it's not a huge deal. Siglet, what are you thinking about your portfolio so far?
Generally, February is the down month in the stock market, so not concerned. I have quite a few volatile picks, so if the market goes down, I am going to do a bit worse than the market, maybe 3 or 4 times. So just need a good couple months, I'm sure I'll be back putting some distance between me and that belly button ring.
Yeah, I know that volatility within your picks could really swing it in a hurry, as we've seen. I think you were the leader the last time by quite a bit. A few weeks later, take a few weeks off of the morons, and that volatility earned you the name "Get Rich Quick Sig," I believe. But it's all good. I know those picks have the ability to go up in a hurry. With one Elon Musk tweet, you could be about 50% ahead of us, as long as he wants his baby mama to be on some once a week birth control compared to every day.
Do you guys think we're on a bubble right now? Is the market going to go skyrocket down?
Sigs?
It's, I think if the interest rates stay at zero, the market will, it may pop, but it's limited because people aren't going to put any money in the bank if you're not getting a return. So I think until interest rates move, there is some stability, but that'll probably be my key for the market to start dropping.
Yeah, I think that we're going to see a major increase as soon as these $1,400 checks hit our accounts. I think people are
Agreed.
going to invest. And that just passed today, which is Wednesday the 10th. I think over the next 2 weeks, I think we're gonna have a really good week next week, followed by some really down months in April and May, and maybe key, I don't know, even out a little bit over the summer, and then come back to reality going on the rest of the year. I don't know. That's just my personal opinion, not based on much, but I think we're definitely going to see an increase after the checks and then a fall after a few weeks later when your quote unquote bubble hits. What do you think, Grant?
Yeah, I don't know. I think we've been seeing, even despite the pandemic still raging on, but with some hope of vaccines, the stock market was hit initially with it, but now it just keeps continue to rise and rise and rise. And uh, I'm curious what would make it drop again. You know, if a different type of spike would hit us, um, or if we have some type of crisis that would lower it like crazy. But it's interesting. I think
Yeah.
some quick crypto talk though, real quick, is I've been really curious about the uranium or erythranium or whatever the hell, whatever.
Ethereum?
Yeah,
Ethereum?
dude.
Yeah.
I just read an article that they're not going to make there's unlimited, unlike Bitcoin where there's only limited. There was unlimited of that coin, and now they're going to limit it, and so they predict the price is going to go up. But this, of course, some just random
Ooh.
article I saw. So
Yeah.
it's
It's
hard
a,
to buy that shit though when it's at the highest point it's ever been.
I know. Yeah. Rosie. Yeah, to finish on the market talk, I was man, I completely forgot my train of thought. You threw me off with the Bitcoin, or you said cryptocurrency, and I just started
Crypto.
getting wet. Um, but God, I can't remember what I was gonna say. Something about the market. But whatever. If it comes to me, I'll go back to that. But yeah, I totally think that
Yvonne.
Yvonne, she got any good stock picks for us,
Yep.
Figs?
I'll let you know.
Anyway, no, it's all good.
All right, our 20 viewers won't appreciate
Right,
that.
I know they'll be salty, but yeah, no, I think that well, Ethereum, it's really taking off like these NFTs. So you can see obviously on the channel. Shout out to the Top Shooters podcast that we had started over this last month layoff while Grant's been traveling all over the United States playing golf with doctors, and Sig's been taking charges on American imports. I'm just gonna put all the blame on you guys for not doing an episode over the last month, but since like all these NFTs are all backed by Ethereum and people are looking for alternatives to Bitcoin. Obviously, it's booming. You talk about how it's hard to buy at the highest price. Well, Bitcoin keeps going up and up. People are looking for alternatives, which what I call shit coins. The ones who are your Doge coins and um, Litecoin, and I don't know. I think Ethereum is actually a pretty good alternative to Bitcoin, and I think it's a great investment. I know it's at the highest point, but it's only going to continue to go up. Um, I remembered what I was going to talk about, but Sigs, do you have anything you want to add on that note?
Grant scared me off. He sent me a video about the bubble. Pro sold about a quarter of my holdings on the Aussie market. So
Yeah,
definitely looking. I mean, the big Duke's been blowing me up for about 2 weeks about this NBA
Top Shot.
digital card. NBA Top Shot has been on my case, and so have you. So
Yeah, do you guys have Top Shot accounts yet?
do
I
have an
tried.
account, but can't get any money in at this point.
Yeah, it wouldn't let me make an account last night.
Yeah, signups are down sometimes. It's so much maintenance going on because of it's becoming too popular too fast, and they're getting thousands of users, and their servers just can't quite hang on. But anyway, what I was saying, what I just came to me about the market, Grant, to what you were saying, I think what's going to make things drop is so you have all these new investors, even like people like you and I, Grant, who typically don't invest a ton, but like retail investors who are just tossing in money on Robinhood. Like we're not really, going out to the bars, going out to eat, going to concerts and things. So with this extra money, people are tossing into Robinhood and getting involved in the market. Well, what's going to happen when we get to May, June, July, August, everybody's vaccinated, things start going to quote unquote normal, and people start using that extra cash for, you know, concerts and things. And I got this money in my Robinhood. It's probably not quite as interesting anymore. Why not just easily, with the touch of a button, cash it out? I don't know. I just think the market's so based on it's much more backed on retail investors nowadays, and I don't think that they're stable. They can pull that money out in a flip. I think that we are in a little bit of the bubble, and I think it's more so a retail bubble. Um, I don't know. What do you guys think about that? Am I off on that?
Makes
No,
sense.
I think it makes sense, but I think the problem is we, as much as hope as the vaccine gives us, we just don't know what the future still entails. So
Yeah, but do you
yeah.
think things will open up more? Like, let's say like next fall. Do you think that concerts will go on? Like, I mean, it's pretty obvious that there's been a lot of people who have a lot of extra money that they're not haven't been spending on these type of things. And what are they using it for? Well, a lot of them are investing in it, putting into NBA Top Shot or whatever random things that they find on Twitter. Um, what happens when that extra money goes to these activities that aren't going on because of the pandemic? Do you think that those activities will come back, Grant?
Yeah, I think they will come back. I mean, that's it. It's the question is when, and I do think there's probably, in my nursing expertise, probably another year before we start seeing, fully people getting vaccinated, getting all of our youth vaccinated, getting our children vaccinated, and then finally getting those conclusive study results of saying, like, do we need a booster with this vaccine, or
Yeah.
does this vaccine last for the rest of the life? And then we hear about the UK strain and all these different COVID strains coming,
Yeah.
and is it effective? So I think from an investment standpoint, like, I just thought about this, but I still would heavily invest in like home improvement project type stuff, whatever that type of investment would be, maybe like hand tools or something like that. So, but when it comes to like companies that invest, that do like entertainment, I think that's probably a year out yet or so. I mean, you might get them for a decent price right now if you want to, but I do think you're right. At some point, entertainment and all that stuff that people have been saving money for is going to boom again.
Sigs?
Yeah, I think, unless like the other countries outside of the US, Australia, and like the rich countries, unless like all countries are getting vaccinated, we're gonna have these different strains, and who knows if the vaccine's gonna be worthwhile against, like if the current vaccines even gonna work. So until that happens, it's definitely not going to go back to full normal. So I agree with Graham. Probably another year before a lot of these places are back to full production. We're spending money like we used to.
Yeah. I mean, I agree with you guys to a standpoint, but partially I don't agree. Like, I think that people are at a point now where you're into this thing, and this is speaking from an investment standpoint. This is not where I speak on medically, or I'm not obviously not questioning your medical judgment, Grant. But I think that everyone's kind of at a point right now where you're into it. It's kind of like fuck it. Like, I don't know. I've always been a mask wearer. Like, and now I'm like, I have one dose of the vaccine. I feel like I have that F it stamp mentality. I feel like there are a lot of people who are, I wouldn't have felt comfortable or felt morally responsible going to dinner a couple months ago. Now I feel fine. My moral compass has lowered. If we went out to a restaurant, I'd feel totally fine. And some of that money that I would have been investing will go towards things like going out to dinner, going to the bar. We have tickets to a concert in the fall. Like, I think those things are going to happen. I think people are going to, they're ready for concerts, baseball games, trips, road trips, vacations, and that's the money people were investing. And I think regardless of where we are with COVID and these new strands and vaccinations this fall, when people are allowed to do that and their moral compasses allow them personally to do that, I mean, I think they're going to. I mean, are you guys going on vacations now and things that maybe you wouldn't have done, let's say, a few months ago when we had a few more questions about vaccines and things?
No, yeah, I agree with you. When both my wife and I got vaccinated and we felt comfortable going to Arizona, and I went on a trip with a bunch of coworkers that were all vaccinated as well. So,
Yeah,
and even the CDC is saying now that, if you're with vaccinated people, you can hang out in small groups without masks. So
exactly. And that's what,
I do.
like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
There is
Like,
hope.
would you have, that's money that you spent that you would not have been spending, a few months ago. Would that, like, that's money that you likely could have invested. I don't know. I just think as that happens more and more, that there's going to be less people investing and more people like, maybe I could transfer this out of my Robinhood and go golf with my bros down in Arizona for a weekend. But I don't know.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I'd say my spending's been a lot less. Like Australia, pretty much everything's pretty much normal except like bars and going out. And I'll be spending $100 per week less. And that means I can buy shares more often.
So,
I
and then
wouldn't say
going
I'd
forward over
stop.
the next few months, do you see yourself spending more or
Yeah,
budgeting more
but
for activities and things and
yeah,
beers?
I wouldn't say
More.
it'd stop me buying, but just be less often
Yeah.
than what would be at the moment.
Yeah, I just agree that there's a bubble, and I think it's a retail bubble, and people are going to start cashing out and investing less. But
Hey, we'll see. That's the beauty.
yeah.
Old Charlie Cruz has predicted the bubble for how many years now? It still hasn't popped. Hope he's listening.
Old Chuck Gross has been predicting that thing since the freaking Stone Age.
Gross created COVID. That's what burst the bubble initially.
Right? I know.
Uh,
Yeah. All right. Anybody got any final thoughts? Flea check, SIGs. Give me something, anything, stock market related or not. Anybody who's hang on for this half hour, going on maybe 40 minutes now. Anybody who's still tuned in, give them something glamorous for the morons in the market.
Yow!
Oh. Any final thoughts? Anything you got on your mind that you just want to spew out?
really like the Big Ten basketball game today. It's one of the best games I've watched. One of the first of a few games I've watched this year.
I'm going to mute my mic and I'm going to go off. That fucking referee, they suck so fucking bad. Literally, he's sitting there.
Nebraska
like this.
Huskers, probably the best team you see if you watch college basketball this year.
Foul. He literally won't even touch him.
Yeah,
They'll
the
call
Huskers
20
are pretty
fucking
sad of a team,
fouls
let's
in
be
a single
honest.
fucking half. They have the best freaking band.
First round of the March Madness tournament.
They literally have the best brand in all of college basketball,
Roberts.
and yet we have to watch 40 freaking free throws a game. We have to watch 40 free throws a game.
Oral Roberts, you heard it here first. Put in your bracket. Upset.
You have the best brand of college basketball in all of America, and yet we have to watch 40 goddamn free throws a game. Like, just let the boys play. Sorry, I don't know if I'm muted now or not. Grant, what are your final thoughts? Grant, what do you think? Grant, what do you think? Grant, what do you think?
You muted him.
You're muted. Oh, I muted Grant. No, he muted himself. I'm asking him to unmute. You're muted.
Unmute. There we go.
Final thoughts.
Die with dreams. Or no, die with memories. Forget about dreams. I fucked that up. I messed that up.
So
we need a drug test for the Morons challenge.
Well, wait, Irvine, what was that quote again?
Die with memories.
Not dreams.
Not dreams. There we go.
Nice.
Nice.
Put that in a book. All right, my final thoughts are tomorrow's my one day off of the week, and I am going to be a 5th grade science teacher. I've had 7 twisted teas tonight and have to mold young minds of America in about 6.5 hours. And I also got an 18 on my ACT in the science portion. So should be interesting. You guys got any advice for me on how to mold some 5th grade minds on science?
Get one of the kids, get them light the Bunsen burner and just put your chin just above it and you'll get a nice smooth shave.
I love that idea. That's a good idea. I should shave tomorrow, but hey, I'm going to be masked up tomorrow. I'm only single vaccinated. All masks are required. But I'm going to hit the outro music. We've been shooting the shit for a while here. With no further ado, audio track is unavailable. Let's try it one more time. That has been the Morons in the Market. Thank you so much for tuning in. For Patrick Sigas, Fast Money Fleet Check, and your boy Big Head Benny, we're signing off, tuning out. Catch us again on the Garage Hustle YouTube channel here. We'll try to get some more content up, especially now that I'm the leader.